Greetings, Voyagers. The police are outside. I don't want to put them on camera. They were good. They were nice enough. And I talked my way out of being kicked out of here because I did my homework. Apparently they got a call. They got a complaint from somebody, I don't know, about us being down here in the van. And if they get a complaint, they have to come. They can't ignore it. If they get a complaint, they have to check it out. There they go. So they said, "Sorry, man, you got to get out of here." I said, "Well, no, wait just a minute." I said, "So you can't stay here." And well, they had two cruisers down here. There goes the second one. Wow. I didn't know there was two cruisers here. I thought there was just one. So they said, "You can't stay here. You got to find someplace else. We send people up to Walmart." I said, "No, wait." I said, "Wait a minute." I said, "It's not posted here. It doesn't say I can't park overnight here." And he said, "Well, you can't camp. There's no camping overnight in vehicles." And I said, "Well, hold on a second." I said, "First of all, we're not camping. We're in our vehicle. And secondly, I checked, and there is no ordinance in the city of Salem saying that you can't sleep in a vehicle. And there's also no ordinance in the city of Salem that says you can't camp in a vehicle. But if you want to," and he said, "Oh, you've seen this ordinance?" It says, "I've checked it online." I said, "I have my smartphone right here. I have internet. I'll go on the city's website right now, and I'll go to the ordinances, and I'll do a couple of searches." And so I did. And I said, I did a search for sleeping in vehicle, and nothing, absolutely nothing. They got other things about vehicles and this and that, but nothing about sleeping in a vehicle. And only one word in the city ordinances about camping, and it involves trailers, camping trailers, about parking vehicles on your property, recreational vehicles, boats, and camping trailers and all that stuff. So there's no ordinances against camping, and there's no ordinance against sleeping in a vehicle. And I pointed that out to them. And then they're trying to tell me, "Well, this is still Salem, city of Salem." And I said, "Well, yeah, I know, but city of Salem," I said, and technically it's not. This property we're on right here belongs to the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. This is not city of Salem. I said, "This is the old Route 1A, Massachusetts State Route 1A. And this used to be the old drawbridge down here that used to connect Salem to Beverly." I said, "This is still state property, and it's the same way on the other side of the bridge. All those parking areas under the Beverly side of the bridge belong to the state. That's not the city of Beverly." I said, "So, and it's not posted, and so I'm not trying to give you guys a hard time. I'm just trying to, we live in our vehicle." And he wanted my name, phone number, and age, and my son's name and age, and I told him, I said, "Look," I said, "I don't know what anybody is complaining about. We only come down here at night to sleep. We're not even here in the daytime, and we keep to ourselves. We mind our own business, and we don't bother anybody. So I don't know why anybody would complain. Most of the time there's nobody down here anyway, so who would complain?" But so one of them went back to the cruiser, and the other one's got his smartphone out, and he's checking city ordinances. And I said, "Another thing, the word camping is technically a misnomer as it applies to us, because if you look it up in the dictionary, and I have several definitions from several different dictionaries, they all say the same thing. It's camping is activities surrounding living in a tent outdoors." I said, we're not outdoors, and we're not in a tent. We're sleeping in a vehicle. So, I'm not trying, like I said, I'm not trying to give you guys a hard time, but we come here at night because it's quiet and we can sleep. And they said, "Well, we direct people up to Walmart." I said, "You can't park in Walmart overnight. There's signs in the parking lot that say, City of Salem, no overnight parking." So, and even if you could, they only allow one night. I can't spend, every night up there. I said, I need places to park, and I'm not going down the Willows at night. There's too many people down there. And they're trying to bullshit me. They're saying, there's no people. I said, listen, I'm down there, okay? There are people living in their vans down there at night, and there are people staying overnight in RVs. And one cop says, do you see any RVs down there? And he said, well, I saw a couple. Jeez, they think I'm stupid. I live here, okay? I've been living in this city for, God, 40, 50 years. They think I don't know what's going on. So the one of me went back to the cruiser, and I'm sure he was probably on the radio with headquarters trying to figure out if they can write me up for something. So I'm saying to the other cop, listen, we don't bother anybody. He says, I know. He says, I know. He says, we'll just, we got to do this. He says, I understand. If you get a complaint, you have to come down and check it out. But this is our home. We live in the van, and we only come here to sleep. So a few minutes later, the other cop, he comes out of the cruiser and he says, well, you won this time, Donald. So the only restriction is, and he pointed to the sign right there that says, I says, yeah, I know, I have to be out of here by 8. I said, we're out of here at 7 o'clock in the morning. Like I said, we only come here to sleep at night because it's quiet. After 10 o'clock, there's hardly anybody down here. And in the wintertime, there's never anybody down here at night. It's always just us down here. So who are we bothering if there's no one here? So he said, yeah, okay. Well, so they were decent about it, but they're bullshitting me, and they're trying to move me along, and I'm not going to have it. I don't have to. So, yeah. They're all right, though. I haven't. I mean, I was gone from Salem for 6 years when we lived in the ghetto. So, there's probably new people on the police force, or whatever. I never knew all the cops in Salem anyway. I knew 2 or 3 of them, but so there's, probably a whole new batch of recruits have come along, and so. Yeah. Well, I'll just start spending fewer nights here. That's all. But I guess probably someone just, is. But if someone's down here saying the people are always down there, well, so they're always down here too. Why shouldn't I complain? Why can't I complain about them? They're complaining about me. I want them to stop complaining about me. I'm filing a complaint to get them to stop complaining. People just still have those negative stereotypes that if you live in a van, you're a homeless drifter, a child molester, or a drug addict or something. And I guess those negative stereotypes will never die. But I'm on firm legal ground, and there's nothing they can do about it. So. And I said to the cops too, I said, listen, I know what I'm talking about. I did my homework before I launched into this lifestyle. I didn't just do it on a whim, man. I checked it out. I know what I'm doing. So, there. This has been another one of my soon-to-be world-famous one-take smartphone videos from the road. You all have a good night. I'm going to sleep tight. Peace and